Hi, everyone. Pastor Rob here, pastor of discipleship at First EC Church in Palmyra, Pennsylvania. And today I want to ask you, who is essential? In the kingdom of the United States of America, right now in our current culture, this question is coming up more often than it ever has before, and it's causing quite a bit of controversy. Who are the essential workers? And who are the non-essential workers? That is, who are the people who need to go out into the workforce to keep our country moving forward during this time? And who are the people who need to stay home to help flatten out the curve of this virus? In the past, it seemed that athletes and actors and musicians were at the top of that list of who is essential. And janitors and EMS and the people who work behind the scenes at grocery stores were not necessarily as essential. But today, that seems to be the other way around. Today, we see very little of actors and athletes and musicians, and we see a lot more people out there who are grocery store clerks, EMS and medical personnel, postal delivery people. We see people who collect our garbage out on the streets still working to keep our country moving forward. Now, I'm not suggesting one little bit that any job is better or more important than any other job. That's not my position. But what I am saying is that even though we're trying to figure out who is essential and who is non-essential in the kingdom of the United States of America, in God's kingdom, we're all essential. God recognizes the importance of each and every one of us in his kingdom. Let's take a look at 1 Corinthians chapter 12, starting at verse 12. Follow along with me. It reads, "The human body has many parts, but the many parts make up one whole body. So it is with the body of Christ. Some of us are Jews, some are Gentiles, some are slaves, and some are free. But we have all been baptized into one body by one Spirit, and we all share the same Spirit. Yes, the body has many different parts, not just one part. If the foot says, 'I am not a part of the body because I am not a hand,' that does not make it any less a part of the body. And if the ear says, 'I am not a part of the body because I am not an eye,' would that make it any less a part of the body? If the whole body were an eye, how would you hear? Or if your whole body were an ear, how would you smell anything? But our bodies have many parts, and God has put each part just where he wants it. How strange a body would be if it had only one part. Yes, there are many parts, but only one body. The eye can never say to the hand, 'I don't need you.' The head can't say to the feet, 'I don't need you.' In fact, some parts of the body that seem weakest and least important are actually the most necessary. And the parts we regard as less honorable are those we clothe with the greatest care. So we carefully protect those parts that should not be seen, while the more honorable parts do not require this special care. So God has put the body together such that extra honor and care are given to those parts that have less dignity. This makes for harmony among the members, so that all members care for each other. If one part suffers, all the parts suffer with it. If one part is honored, all the parts are glad. All of you together are Christ's body, and each of you is a part of it." Friends, even though we're trying to figure out who is essential and who is not essential in the workforce today, God is telling us here that in the body of Christ, we are all essential. We are all needed. So whether you're out in the workforce working more hours than you've ever worked before, or you're at home because you can't be out at work right now, recognize that in God's kingdom, we are all part of the body and equally as important. We all need to do our job. We all need to be children of God and spreading the gospel. So friends, as the rest of the world is fighting over who is important and who isn't, remember, Jesus died on the cross for you because he deemed you important. Not because of anything that you've done, but because of his love for you. So continue being that part of the body that God has assigned you, and live in His peace. This is my prayer for you today. Blessings.